Well, hello to everyone. My name is Angel Alfonso Rodriguez Salas. This is the final evidence. This is a video. I wanna make explain you like all the steps that I followed to the case. And in the report, so many like ideas and concepts that is very important to understand. So, for example, the first one was the organizational culture, and that consists is a sort of ideas, practice, and values that the various agents of the same company have in common. This involves aspects that encompass the ethnic beliefs, values, experience, and philosophy of the group. For a group, you can live it in your school with your friends, in a sport with your family. It's very common to have this, and so changing it is something very difficult. So we will face a culture shock and change to it if force needed to turn the company overnight into a place where all professionals from managers to workers meet. When we refer to emotional shock, what I want to, this is the other concept that is very important to understand, that was the emotional shock. And it's very important because like here referred to a frequent way to describe the feeling of the confusion and the nervousness that the person may have after living in a culture that is familiar to them to live in a new and a different one. It is you need, well, no, if you don't have this experience, you will leave it because it's something that we can, this is something normal to have a shock culture. For example, when you fly to another country, you can say like, well, in my country don't do that, or maybe with your friends, you have your group of friends and you like do normal things that for you is something like normal, and go to other group of friends and for the other person was something different, something strange. So the feeling is feeling nervous because you don't know if it's something bad. It depends in the perspective, in your values, in your philosophy. So this is very important, and you need to like understand what the feeling or in what consists the 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 shock, the cultural shock. Well, I want to explain you some cases, two cases that for me was very interesting. The first case consists in a person that was used to deliver jobs under pressure and quickly, facing a culture shock when changing a jobs, and that it took a long time to accept the products he prospect. One of the main problems is the lack of communication, understanding generated by no talking about the delivery criteria on which they are based to accept a project. So when the criteria and format, and letting other workers know how to do their job, speed up the acceptance process. And this is like for in a group that it involves the CEO, the manager, like the person who is in change to value the projects. When the communication is very important, because if he don't talk about in what they base it to accept or not accept a a project that is the criteria, the person can like don't have a guide to follow or some steps. And this is very important to the company to don't waste the time, and that the workers follow that steps and was more easily to value or with the basic with the criteria. Well, in this case, the cultural shock was a frustration for the person, because he was he was, it's normal for he to work quickly. So they have a problem or some idea, and he delivered very quickly. But now with this cultural shock, it was very different, because he need to wait to the other person accept his project. So is they like need to wait and it's something frustrating for her because they are this is not normal for her. So individually they need to work in his patience and generate empathy because he don't know all the words that the person have to value or the important time that the person who gives you the value the accept follow. So he needs to empathize more with the people. The second case is the person who tends to be disciplinary, hardworking, and with a good attitude gives him to the confidence to make change in the structure of the company, and this begins to generate trust with others, improves the production process, and improves the results obtained. The problem also now is that it is not clear in the future. It may be that the problem is like no is no problem in the case in the moment, but in the future, if the person don't make rules or don't make steps to follow or to keep it the person in the process, the ambient, they can like change, and it can be more difficult to the persons follow that rules. So for the people who don't know follow them generate a breach of the activity and the company becomes the inefficient. It is important to set rules and follow them so there is improvements going incrementally and quickly address whatever issues are found so that it doesn't scale up and snowball. What is the solution for both cases? Well, in my perspective, the base of everything, but in this case, is the communication, because when in one hand we have the lack of communication mean that the staff is not aware of the criteria to deliver for a project, and that this take time to be accepted. On the other hand, we can see that the advantage of the communication side is the person in charge talk with their employees and gives them the confidence to work as a team, and together they reach more and better and give them better results. Another reason is to set goals, saying with this it is allows you to match the organizational culture because it promotes or provides certain work behaviors, and it's also proof the company complies with what it demands. In conclusion, to making this report, I discovered that the references phases of the cultural shocks and how they influence a person's life, whether to work with the friends in new countries, is very important. It is something that happens very commonly, and we don't realize that what we are really going through is a cultural shock. We are constantly learning that although we can master a subject, the social issue, influence science, we cannot solve certain problems. For this, it's too important to be very observant and realize the problem we face to propose solution and carry them about it, to them out. Sorry. In all the cases in your all the lives with the school, with your family, it's very important to focus on the problems. Like look like the races, the beginning of the problem, and in that moment when you found it, solve it. Uh, don't forget the communication is very important. The communication, but you need to understand the context that what constitute the problem, and you need to like how I do it in the report, identify the what is the problem, the causes, second make some solutions, like more of three, make your solutions, and then what is what with what resources you count to solve it, what is the best solution, and be very clear what we want, be very clear of what you want, what do you want, and that is all. Thank you for your attention, and well, bye.